So Matt Gaetz's phone was seized by federal agents. This is the newest angle in the Matt Gaetz story. According to Politico and some other sources, back in December, Matt Gaetz's phone was basically used as part of an investigation against him, seized from him, taken from him, about all of the things we're covering now. His Bahamas trip, Vintage 99, all the Joel Greenberg stuff, and this was almost certainly okayed and part of the investigation as it occurred under Donald Trump and Bill Barr. This is massive news because it confirms that this is serious. This is not just some loosey-goosey investigation where somebody is maybe taking a cursory look into Matt Gaetz. They've seized his phone. It is a big deal to seize someone's phone, especially a sitting U.S. congressman who is one of Trump's closest allies when Trump was in the White House. The only way this happens is if there's very serious belief that he likely did something wrong. They were going to be damn well sure he did something wrong, and so they seized his phone. And that's where the investigation continued. And so you're wondering now, why has Trump not really stood up for him? Why did the investigation occur under conservatives? Why was Bill Barr being extra cautious not to be in the same room with Matt Gaetz after December? This is why. Because they all knew that Matt Gaetz's phone was going to be seized and scoured through as part of this investigation about all the awful things he did. Like, this is a huge deal because it means it's even more serious and more advanced than we thought. And we also have to keep in mind that also tonight, there was some news from the New York Times that Joel Greenberg has already been testifying, cooperating, snitching, whatever you want to call it, on Matt Gaetz since before 2021 kicked off, since last year. So we all thought that Joel Greenberg just took that plea deal or is going to be taking that plea deal with the DOJ, probably to sing on Gaetz for some leniency on his own behalf, and that was getting started. And then Greenberg's lawyer was like, Gaetz shouldn't be very comfortable. But it turns out that this is not a new thing, that Greenberg has been working with the federal government in investigating Matt Gaetz since at least December, and he's been singing about what he and Gaetz did, and he has told the government that he and Gaetz, among other things, exchanged money and other gifts with women for companionship, for that thing that's not legal, right? And that likely includes Vintage 99, who was a minor, right? This is massive. It's massive because, again, this is not just, oh, you know, we're gonna read his social media, we're gonna ask Gaetz some question, we're gonna ask some witnesses questions, and then maybe we're gonna see if this has any legs, and if it does, we'll look further. No, they already dug his phone, guys. They seized a sitting congressman's phone because of an illegal trip he likely took to the Bahamas, exploiting a person not yet 18, potentially. He's in massive trouble. So when you're wondering, you know, how big of a deal is this? Keep in mind that the guy that flipped on him has been singing for months, and that the Trump Department of Justice seized his phone. Matt Gaetz is screwed, guys. I think he's going to jail. And as I've said, at least potentially, he could go to jail for life.